Omni-Edition Sports presents from Garden City High School in Garden City, Michigan, Cougar Soccer. Tonight, the Garden City Cougars take on the Dearborn Pioneers. Hi, everybody. Dan York along with Christian Gibbons as we get ready to bring you our first broadcast of spring sports for 2017. The weather has been the issue. We were rained out of doing a Garden City High School softball game. GCYA opening day got rained out, so this is our first opportunity to showcase Garden City High School and their athletic department here today on GCTV. And as you see, the grass is green, the skies are blue. It is a beautiful day. No threat of rain here today. 70 degrees as the sun sets over Garden City, and a spectacular day, Christian, to play soccer.
It is. It's a spectacular night, and it's great to be here with you, Dan. Taking a look at some of the notes from Garden City, they've had a ton of injuries this season, and they've done really well despite that, with a record in conference of 5-1. Especially the last few weeks with some injuries. Goalkeeper Tatum Spears back tonight. She missed 2 weeks. Madison Carver had been out since the third game of the season, so we're looking for great things from them. And like I said, a conference record of 5-1. They need a little help if they want a share of the Western Wayne Athletic Conference title tonight.
Dearborn 5-0 in the conference. Belleville 5-0 in the conference. So Garden City needs a win here tonight. As you said, Tatum Spears back in net for Garden City tonight. Garden City missing Molly Borg for the season, missing Alex Sherlock for the season, and missing Eden Mesner for the season. So some talented girls not on the field here tonight for Garden City. Brooke Collins is on the field. She has 14 goals and 3 assists for Garden City, and we are underway here at Garden City High School. Very glad that you have joined us. Omni-Edition Sports, GCTV, it is Cougar Soccer, and with the throw-in is number 33, Faith Staley. She changed uniforms just before the game, or at least we found out just before the game. So Faith Staley wearing number 33 tonight for your Garden City Cougars. And Garden City trying to penetrate here as Summer Sultana tries to handle the ball for the Cougars. And Christian, usually early on, unless one of the teams is totally dominant over the other, teams just trying to find their level. As you see Dearborn, though, with a nice offensive push there, but it'll be played out of bounds.
Right, and you'll see Garden City, they seem to start slowly. And as the game progresses, you'll see them get their offensive legs and start to put a little more pressure on the Dearborn defense. So
sophomore Holly Schweiger throws it in for the Pioneers. They're deep in Garden City territory, and the players tied up on the opposite sideline. And that one is played out of bounds by Garden City's number 13, Caitlin Bovensipe. Caitlin, a sophomore with 4 goals and 2 assists. And here's Dearborn with some pressure from the corner. And Garden City will play it back to the goaltender. No, actually, they won't. And number 11, Konopatsky, will play it out for the Cougars. Just underway here at Garden City High School. They play 40-minute halves. Run time most of the time as Garden City plays it ahead. Chasing it there for the Cougars is Ashley Hahn. It'll go out of bounds, but be a throw-in for Garden City. And this is Sydney Baker on the throw. And you may notice on the out-of-bounds area, just plain cut grass there. Because there's been so much rain, they've just focused on getting the actual field of play in shape. And it is in spectacular shape. It's the second time I've used the word spectacular. But it is thick, it is green, it is lush, and we have a foul against the Pioneers. So a free kick for Garden City on this side. And a problem you don't have with boy sports, ponytails. Sydney Baker is there along with Angie Demopoulos, and that is played into a wall of defenders of the Pioneers. And Garden City will throw in again. This is Loren Phillips. She gets it into Baker. Cleared out by the Pioneers, but Garden City there to keep it in. Tied up in the middle. Nice play, strong play there by Boven.
Really like what I'm seeing from Garden City early on in the first half. They're really putting the pressure on Dearborn.
Pretty good rivalry between these two teams in sports in general. Dearborn is a great soccer school. Garden City is a very good soccer school and has had its moments. Jeff Sapula, the head coach of the Garden City Cougars this season, in his 5th year as the girls coach. He had 2 years coaching the junior varsity, and he is both the boys and girls coach. And we'll have an interview that we did with Soupy pregame a little bit later on during this half. This is Sydney Baker. Baker punches it ahead, but the Pioneers in control. Handling the ball nicely there is a body, but it's kicked out of bounds. Throw in for the Pioneers. Dearborn decked out in orange and black, as you see the Senior Love Day on the throw-in. Garden City wearing the white tops and the blue shorts. They're orange and blue. And played ahead and racing on the sideline is the Cougar number 3. That is Ashley Hahn. It'll go out of bounds and be a goal kick for the Dearborn Pioneers. In goal for Dearborn is the senior, Jenna Sharufi. She has started and played every game but one. She missed Dearborn's last game. She just was sick, nothing physical. And Garden City keeps it in. That's kind of Patsky. And we get a whistle and a foul against the Cougars, and it'll be a free kick for the Dearborn Pioneers. Now, Gibby, you've watched a lot more soccer than I have. Your brother played boys soccer here at Garden City High Schools. This one's going to roll out of bounds and be a throw-in for Garden City. But obviously the girls' game a little bit slower than the boys and not quite as physical normally.
Normally, Garden City has its rivals for sure.
Especially for the boys.
But Garden City's girls team, contrary to what you would say is the norm, they do play pretty fast. And sometimes they are faster than some of our boys teams here at Garden City.
So Baker has it cleared away from her. I believe this is Loren Phillips that will throw it in for Garden City. Ball has spent most of the time on the Dearborn side of the field, but Garden City yet to offer a serious shot on goal. Actually, not yet to offer any shot on goal, as Phillips will throw it in.
Dearborn not doing a good job defending, not doing a good job of pushing the play more towards the center of the field. They're kind of letting Garden City manhandle them a little bit, but they're not allowing goals to get past the second and third defender.
Both of these teams are right around 500 overall. Again, the Pioneers 5-0 in the conference. Garden City 5-1. Dearborn with a slightly tougher non-conference schedule than the Cougars. But both teams looking for a conference championship. And that's one of the things on the line here tonight, although the season has 4 or 5 games to go. Nice play there by Demopoulos on the throw-in. And in the middle of the field there is Horvath for Garden City. Brooke Collins handling the ball and gives it up. Collins, again, the leading scorer for Garden City. This one's played short of the box. Brittany Carter gives it up. Nice move by Demopoulos. And going down there was Boven's side, but no call. Almost out of bounds. Guarding it for Garden City was Staley. And we'll get a foul called on the Pioneers. No substitutions so far in this one. Just under 32 minutes to go here in the first half. Garden City representing kind of a 3-3-4 right now. But I think most teams coached by Jeff Sapula tend to play the 4 players back on the defensive side, as that one is cleared out of bounds. So a throw-in for Dearborn on the far side.
Most of his teams do, although with all the injuries and the shuffling with the junior varsity team, Coach Soupy did tell me earlier this week that they've had to do a lot of shuffling and running a lot of different formations to try and get the setup they want.
Right, to deal with the players they have on the field. Goal kick for Garden City. Amanda Knoll, who had been playing goal for the Cougars during Tatum Spears' absence, she went down to the JV today and picked up a win, 4-3 over the Pioneers just before the varsity game started here. Baker plays it ahead into the middle. And played back by the Pioneers. And the goalie will come out and punt it again. That is Sharufi, Jenna Sharufi, a senior. And Dearborn now trying to apply a little bit of pressure. Put through the middle to Doran. Doran there, and Garden City will bring it back out. Dangerous play here. And losing it out of bounds for the Cougars was Phillips. Dangerous play as Carter almost picked her pocket. Dover Spike plays it to the right side. And a nice steal for the Cougars. Staley plays it ahead. That one goes right off the referee. So we mentioned that we talked with Garden City coach Jeff Sapula prior to the game. Again, Jeff has been the varsity coach of both the boys and the girls for the past 5 years. And we got his impressions on the Garden City soccer program and tonight's game. With Jeff Sapula, the head coach of the Garden City Cougar girls and boys soccer team. Coach, what year is this for you?
This will be my 5th year coaching varsity. It's coached JV for 2 years, so it's my 7th year with the program.
And you went to Garden City, right?
Yes, I did. I graduated in 2001.
Okay, and of course, you played soccer here too?
Absolutely. 3 years varsity player. Went on to play at Concordia in college.
Tell us a little bit about this year's girls varsity soccer team. A pretty good team, but snake bit with injuries.
Yeah, we have a very talented team. Girls work really hard. We've had a lot of injuries to our starting lineup. This team never says die. They don't quit. There's a lot of fight in this team. They work really well together, and with all the injuries, we've had an opportunity to pull up JV players, get a lot of people playing time. So I think we've seen quite a bit of improvement from everybody, and everybody's ready to go for this game tonight against Dearborn.
And this is a big game because with one loss in the division for you and Dearborn and Belleville with no losses, you really need this win tonight.
Yeah, we need to win this game tonight and then hope for Dearborn to beat Belleville on Wednesday in order for us to finish with a 3-way tie. Well, we then have to beat Edsel and Crestwood as well, which is not an easy thing to do. But if we can accomplish that and get some help from Dearborn, we'll have a chance to win the conference this year.
You have to be pretty happy with all the injuries that you've had to still be in the hunt for the title.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But like I said, this team works really hard. We've had a lot of players come up and add some experience to the team, and this girls program's always been stocked. So the Garden City youth team or youth club does a good job of bringing the girls up, and when they get here, they're ready to go. And basically, next man up. You know, I mean, everybody stepped up and done their part, and the girls have bought into the team and soccer team, but soccer family as well.
You don't graduate a lot of girls this year, but you graduate a lot of talent.
Yeah, we do. We graduate a lot of talent this year. We have Brooke Collins, it's a senior. She was an all-area first-team player last year. She's on the state champs top 50 list as as a player to watch at forward position. She adds a lot of ability up top for us and is always a threat to get goals for us.
Yeah. And Tatum Spears back tonight in goal.
Yeah, Tatum Spears missed the last couple weeks with an injury to her thumb. So it's big to have her back tonight in her senior year, and she's signed to play at Cleary College in goaltender. So that's something that we're gonna be happy to have her back, but we also have to pay attention to her injury and make sure everything is good. So we did pull up Morgan Byrd to add some depth to our team and give us a backup goalie in case she's needed.
So 2 areas of focus. One, you want to win your division, but also you're approaching districts. How do you get ready for both at the same time?
Well, let's get healthy, basically. we go hard in the conference, hopefully win the games, and then hopefully some of the girls that are injured will be able to come back for districts. We'll have a big break in between our last game and the district game, which we ended up drawing a bye, which is good, and we play the winner of Ladywood and Divine Child, so hopefully they beat up on each other a little bit, and then we get them 2 days later and can pull off an upset. And we'll be the underdog in this game tonight and probably the next couple games, but that's not something that we think. We think that we're the favorite every time out. So.
You talked about it a little bit, but tell us about the Dearborn Pioneers. Dearborn, always a good soccer program, boys and girls.
Oh, yeah, Dearborn's program is really good. They always have close to 80, 90 kids try out. They have a lot of talent that comes through there, and they play one of the best non-conference schedules around. So make no mistake about it, they'll be ready. They'll be ready tonight. They're always ready. They're always ready. So it's always a big game for us. The Dearborn schools, Crestwood, Dearborn are probably our two main rivals, and it's something where I think both teams get up for it, and it'll be a great contest tonight.
All right, good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Jeff Sapula, the head coach of your Garden City Cougars. As you saw, the Pioneers with some pressure, but Tatum Spears and the defense in front of her come up big for the Cougars. Still no score in this one. 25 minutes, 20 seconds remaining here in the first half. And Dearborn now has returned the favor, putting some pressure on the Cougar defense.
Starting to see more physical play as the game is progressing, and Dearborn's pushing up towards the center of the field a little more. Their defense is moving slowly but surely up the field and taking away some of Garden City's chances.
Baker there in a foot race with Carter, and Carter wins that. Handling the ball there is Doran. Doran chips it to the right side. Pioneers with some good pressure here. Carter on the left side. Carter just a step ahead of her man, and no foul called there. And that goes off of the Cougars out of bounds. I really thought, I believe that was, is that McNally in the game? Really thought McNally might get called for the foul there. So McNally snuck in on us. She did not start the game, but she's on the field now for Garden City. And McNally there with Carter, and it gets out of the reach of Carter. And a throw in for the Cougars.
Brittany Carter finding that seam on the outside.
Nice move by Baker. Even though Garden City lost possession, nice job by Baker to send it back. And Sydney Baker, the daughter of Jim Baker, Garden City's high school football coach.
Sydney's got 4 goals, 3 assists this season.
And the Cougars could use one right now. Separating herself out there is Hahn. And Dearborn with a 2-on-6. And it ends predictably, but we have a foul called. So Garden City with the throw-in. And a substitution ready to come in for the Pioneers. I believe that is number 16, Kolongowski, Grace Kolongowski, the junior, ready to come in for the Pioneers. There you see her in the background. No score, just inside 23 minutes here at Garden City High School. Dan York along with Christian Gibbons as we see a foul called. Or is that an offside call at that point, Gibby?
I believe it was an offside call, because once you get past that last defender, the play then becomes offsides.
We're missing a couple of lines on this field, aren't we?
Yes.
Just realized that.
Our point of reference is not there.
Yeah, we're missing what normally would be, what, the 35-yard line that is on a soccer field?
Yeah. It's at about the football 35.
Right, it's about the same place because they play on a 100-yard field. Just noticed that. And Cougars ball. So is it 100 yards, or is it or are they at the back of the end zone?
They're at the back of the end zone.
So it's 120 yards. Okay.
Correct.
Which is normal for soccer, or a little short, or a little long?
It's It's about average in high school, obviously, because
Right,
of
it's
the
the same in high
facilities.
school, but it's a little narrow. The field is a little more narrow than a regular soccer field.
The field is considerably narrow than, say, an English Premier League
or even
field.
NCAA Division I.
Yeah.
So Sharufi with this, the save there. On the other side is Metcalf. And nice job of keeping it in by Sultana. And it'll be a throw-in for Garden City. So Garden City with a little bit of pressure now. Headed into the middle by Collins. And a free kick for Garden City. No, the other way around. I apologize. Metcalf with control of the ball for Garden City. Through the defenders. Nice move there by Staley. We always thank them on any of our sports broadcasts and any opportunity we get. We want to thank Lori, Jim, and everybody at a sports venue located kitty corner from Garden City High School on Middle Belt Road and Maplewood. They provide the crew food for Omnidition Sports and GCTV, whether it be for the council meetings or these broadcasts, Memorial Day, the Santaland Parade. They are always there to feed the volunteers, almost an entirely volunteer crew here at Omnidition Sports and GCTV. And Lori and her dad, Jim, nice enough to provide pizza and other stuff for these guys. They have some great specials with Tigers going full bore now. That's the place to go watch the Tigers. They've got trivia nights, all kinds of great stuff going on at Sports Venue. Call them 734-525-3134, 525-3134. And they've got great takeout pizza, too. So if you're not looking to hang out at Sports Venue that night, you can always get carry-out pizza. That's what we had here tonight. It was wonderful, and we thank them for all they do, not only for us, but for the entire Garden City community, because they host so many fundraisers and charity events at Sports Venue, and we thank them so much for all of that.
Also a good place to go watch your Stanley Cup playoff hockey and your NBA playoffs as well.
The Stanley Cup is still playing? I thought
I
once
know.
the Red Wings were out, they just quit.
First time in my lifetime the Wings have missed the playoffs. I don't know what I'm doing.
Oh, wow, I never thought of that. There's a whole generation of people that have never seen the Wings miss the playoffs. And they didn't miss it just a little.
Yeah, no, they
missed it in a big way. Lots of work to do on that Red Wing team. Lots of work for Ken Holland to do. But on the other side of it, the Tigers hanging right around. Have pretty much everybody back now. J.D. Martinez's return, so they need to put up or shut up now and start winning some ball games.
J.D. had a big night last night, I believe.
2 nights ago, 2 home runs.
2 nights ago.
Yeah.
Okay.
Of course, by the time people watch this, it'll have been like 10 or 12 days ago. But who cares? Dearborn still trying to crack this Garden City defense. That has been the story of this one so far. Garden City has kept the play primarily on the Dearborn side of the field. Nice play by Metcalf. There's a shot from way out that goes over the goal. Nice job, though, by Brooke Collins.
And I was just going to say that Dearborn's defense has become stout. They've had a wall, and then as soon as I get ready to say that, it gets penetrated, and we almost had a goal there.
So Caitlin Bovensite back into the game now for Garden City. Sharufi on the goal kick. Didn't get any air on that one. A chance for Garden City. She didn't get much on that one, and Hahn came up quickly and met it. Cleared back by the Cougars' Horvath. And Dearborn just clears it out. And going deep into her own territory is Alexis Horvath. That one gets past the Garden City player, Madison Nemec, who has returned for her first time in a little while from an injury also. So she returns along with Tatum Spears tonight for the Cougars. And here's a 1-on-3 for the Pioneers. And waiting for reinforcements, this is Karkaba. And Spears comes out, loose ball, it's going to be an easy goal. Carter, after Spears got burned, but I think we've got an offsides call on the other side of the field. One of the hardest thing to judge in sports is offsides in soccer. And the call there looks like it is offsides. Let's see it.
Yeah, as you can see here, the last defender was back. She came forward with the ball, and therefore it's offsides.
And I'll never understand the reasoning in rewarding the defense with offsides when they get burned. I believe it should be just like it is in hockey. Draw a solid line on the field, and once you're in, you're in. But it is not how it's done in soccer. And I believe that is one of the reasons Americans have not taken to soccer that well. And this will go out of bounds and be a throw-in for Garden City. That rule right there, though, I think is one of the biggest problems with soccer in the United States, is that offsides rule.
There really is no reason to give the defense essentially an extra defender.
Right. And this will roll out of bounds. And a throw in for Dearborn. Still no score. 15 minutes remaining here in the first half. We expected it to be a close game, and it has been so far.
It's been a defensive contest for sure. Each team having their chances, but both defensive sides have come up big.
Here's a chance for the Pioneers, and a foul will be called on the Cougars' Konopatsky. So this is a dangerous situation now for Garden City with the Pioneers with a free kick deep in Garden City territory. This is Grace Doran, who made sure she corrected me. As you see the header, and goes off the upright.
What a
wow. Grace was right there, or Carter rather was right there, and went right off the upright.
That's a gift for Garden City.
That is the biggest scoring chance for either team here tonight. And Dearborn was inches from going ahead 1-0.
Keep an eye on Jenna Sharufi. She seems to be favoring her left leg after that last kick she did. She just seems uncomfortable walking around the
Trying
box.
to stretch it out, huh?
Yeah.
Well, and she already has some sort of bandage or wrap on her right leg. So this is Grace Doran. Near the sideline, a good job to keep it in by Nemec. Nemec plays it across the field. Baker doesn't catch up with it in time, though. Carter. Baker tied up with her. This will go off Baker out of bounds and be a throw-in for the Pioneers. Lobbed in by Loveday. Loveday gets it back. And a miscommunication there by the Pioneers. Foot race as the Pioneers will try to get control of the ball. I guess that was a foul call. I did not see any signal of an offsides. So I guess a foul call on the Pioneers. So an opportunity for Garden City now.
I didn't really see a foul there either.
No, might have been away from the play. 3 officials on the field, 1 referee and 2 linesmen, or side judges, if you will. Konopatsky up against a 3-person wall. We'll see if she plays it to the middle or tries to lob it over that wall or just tries to power it through. And she tries to lob it up, but lobs it up hard. A nice setup, but Garden City unable to convert, but they do keep possession. Staley kicks it to the right side of the net, and Sharufi comes out to pick it up. Still no score. McNally a little tentative there. She'll throw it in to Baker, but it's beyond Baker. And here's number 3, Doran, who played it ahead, and Tatum Spears kicks it out. Spears has not had a lot of action. Her first time back after injury. Little trouble with her thumb, I believe.
Yeah, she missed 2 weeks for that injury, but she's had 2 shutouts, and she's got 1 goal on the season.
So pretty impressive. And meanwhile, while Amanda Knoll was in there, she was able to come up with some big wins for the Cougars. Dan York along with Christian Gibbons here at Garden City High School, Omni Edition Sports. GCTV is first time, I believe. Have we ever done a game together?
I don't think so.
Okay. So first time that Christian and I have worked together. Christian has worked for me since he was about 14 years old.
Yeah, it's 10 years ago.
Some people just don't have enough sense to know when to leave.
And we'll leave it at that.
Yeah, we'll leave it at that. I pretty much understand. So throw in for Garden City.
It is nice once a year to get out of the truck and see what the outside world looks like.
Christian is our director on most events and our producer on most events. And we have GCTV and Omni Edition Television alumni Jason Lynch in the truck tonight. Gentleman who came through here when he was about 14 or 15 years old too. Jason now working for a little bit for Fox Sports Detroit, for CBS Sports Network, ESPN, and Fox Network, as he's reading his resume over the intercom to us. And he's going to be a daddy in how soon? In October of this year, first time daddy.
Well, congratulations,
So
Jason.
congratulations
That's awesome.
to Jason and Megan. Here's a dangerous play. Shot on goal, and Spears is there. I don't know if it would have been in had she not stopped it. It might have been slightly to the right of the goal, but a very nice shot by Holly Schweiger, the sophomore.
Dearborn really winning the offensive battle so far tonight. Garden City's chances have dwindled as we've moved along in this first half.
Yeah, Garden City has kept the ball on the Dearborn side of the field, but their chances haven't been very good.
They really need to find ways to get through those 3 or 4 Dearborn defenders.
Free kick for the Cougars. Garden City with 5 deep right now on the free kick. And 17, Collins. Handled the ball for the Cougars.
Dearborn was almost playing a man-to-man defense on that last play.
Well, they about had to. The way the Cougars flooded the offensive zone.
It's good to have offensive pressure, but you have to also get some space in between you and your teammates so that you can find the holes for opportunities to happen. If you're too flooded in the offensive zone, then there's bodies everywhere and you're never going to get to the net.
So throw in for the Pioneers, deep in Garden City territory. Substitutions on both sides. Looks like Kaylee McNally will check out for the Cougars, along with Ashley Hahn. So many names on this Garden City team that their parents and grandparents have gone through the Garden City schools and played sports here in Garden City. This one is played out by the Pioneers, and Garden City will get the throw in near midfield. Loren Phillips. She is a sophomore on the throw in. And this will be a throw in for the Pioneers. Brittany Carter, the junior forward, will throw it in. Another substitution for Dearborn. And Dover Spike, who started the game, back in. She is a sophomore. good mix of grades on this Dearborn Pioneer team. Garden City, as we alluded to during the interview, as you see the race there, as Sultana tried to catch up with it. Nemec battling for Garden City. But Garden City with not a lot of seniors, but again, the seniors they're graduating are very talented.
Tatum Spears, one of those, as well as Skylar Clendenning, Angie Demopoulos. Some of these girls are going to go places in the next few years.
And not just because the Q line just started running?
No, probably. I mean,
okay.
Maybe.
Sydney Baker, also a senior for this Garden City team. And again, Brooke Collins, who's got 14 goals this year, graduating. So that is going to be a big hole in the offense for Garden City next year. Nice play ahead. This is Sultana moving in for Garden City, but Sharufi there to handle the not-so-dangerous play. And the official watching is Sharufi almost stepped out of the box. Twice, actually. Once she almost walked out, and the other time she almost carried herself out on the kick. But like you said, she looks a little uncomfortable when she's clearing the ball out of her own zone.
Yeah, she doesn't. She's, normally when goalie isn't in the action, they're hanging back and walking softly. She's she's trying to get her miles in on her Fitbit tonight.
Played up, but taken away by the Cougars. And this is a deep bomb as Sultana will chase it down for Garden City. Here comes Baker racing. No, that's not Baker, that's Collins racing in. And Dearborn will play it out. So Garden City with a throw in a nice area. Baker got it in to Demopoulos. And another throw in for Garden City. Phillips will throw it in. She'll get it back from Sultana, my mistake. Dearborn has had the better offensive rushes, but time of possession would lean towards Garden City as Doran got a stinger on the hand on that one. Trying to center it there is Baker, but Sultana unable to shake her defender. And here's an opportunity for the Pioneers on the far end. Chasing it down to Schweiger. Schweiger tries to get around her man, and no foul call, but I believe a corner kick.
Yeah, it went out of the end zone line.
Right, but I thought there was a foul before that, but there wasn't one. There you see, no foul called, but it went off the Garden City player.
Face Staley there.
So a corner kick, I believe this is the first corner kick of the game. And Doran on the corner, centers it. Baker there, might be a handball, no, it's I guess a roughing call on the Pioneers. And Garden City dodges the bullet. We saw kind of the end of it. We caught the end of it there, but she looked like Baker caught it in the hand, but I think the play may have been dead by then. This is Nemec. She loses her footing. And on the far sideline, Pioneers with control. And Tatum Spears then for the Cougars. Again, I don't know if that would have went in had she not stopped it, but it would have been right on the pipe.
Both these goalies are into the game tonight with chances both ways.
And Dearborn thought they'd play it back to their goaltender, but they get some space. roll out of bounds. Garden City with the throw in. And substitutions for Garden City now. Hahn and Metcalf back in. Collins plays it into the middle to Sydney Baker. And a throw in for the Cougars. Phillips into Demopoulos. Baker has had Carter on her the entire game. Comes back to Baker, tried to clear it into the middle, but played it into the Pioneer defender, and we're down to our last minute of the first half. Again, still no score. The Cougars and the Dearborn Pioneers from Garden City High School. And a foul called on the Pioneers and a free kick for the Cougars with 40 seconds remaining. And the goaltender for the Pioneers, Sharufi, comes out and makes the play. Softball played earlier today. I think baseball did too. So everything in full mode right now for sports, although only about 2 weeks to go in everybody's regular season. This is ahead to Baker. It's cleared away, but it doesn't even reach the sideline, and time will run out here at Garden City High School. So a couple of good scoring chances for the Dearborn Pioneers, lots of pressure for the Garden City Cougars, but the result is no score. It's 0 here at halftime. We will be back with the second half action, and well, we'd give you a scoring update if there was one, but we'll have second half action from Garden City High School right after you watch this.
So you want to watch GCTV? There are lots of ways to enjoy all of the great programming on GCTV. From your television, we're channel 12 on Comcast, 18 on WOW, and 99 on AT&T Uverse. Online, you can watch live 24/7 on Ustream at gardencitymi.org/GCTV. There you can also find a link to our GCTV Videos YouTube channel, where you can watch all of our content in HD from any device, smart TV, smartphone, or tablet. You can get your GCTV fix on the go, at home, and around the world. Thanks for watching GCTV, whichever way you do.
I'm a dog person.
I'm a cat person.
I'd say we're dog people.
I'm a dog person.
I'm a penguin person.
Go Penguin people!
We're penguin people.
We're penguin people!
And not just because we dress like them. I'm a penguin person.
Hey guys, are we penguin people?
Yeah, we're penguin people.
I would definitely administer CPR to a penguin.
But do penguins eat conies?
Requesting backup for more penguin people.
We love penguins!
The Polk Penguin Conservation Center, now open at the Detroit Zoo.
Don't believe it, just watch. Don't believe it, just watch. Don't believe me, 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 just watch. Hey, 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 oh!
Second half action here at Garden City High School. The Garden City Cougars and the Dearborn Pioneers, no score as we begin the second half. Brittany Carter probably with the best scoring opportunity for either team in the first half, that being for the Pioneers. She put one off the crossbar that had burned Tatum Spears, but other than that, not a lot of scoring opportunities.
No, it's been a real back and forth game and a real defensive game. Brittany Carter, as you said, with that one chance, and that's the only real breakaway that either team has had.
Right, there's been a couple of shots to the left side for the goalie or right side for us of the net that Spears stopped, but those probably would have went off the post, but she was in great position for them. So we'll see if either one of these teams breaks out here in the second half. There you see Tatum Spears. She is Garden City's goalie that has returned from a thumb injury.
She's been Garden City's goalie, at least she was Garden City's goalie last season.
Talking to Kevin Kramus, who's the PA guy here tonight and also does public address with me at Eastern Michigan. He does softball and gymnastics and volleyball, and I do baseball, football, and girls basketball or women's basketball. But he said he saw what you did too, Gibby, that Sharufi was limping and a little gimpy after one of those shots.
Yeah, and she's back out here in the second half, so we'll see if maybe a little stretching get her back into game form as we get ready to start the second half.
Again, Dearborn in orange and black. The Cougars in blue and white. 40-minute halves in high school soccer. And the Cougars, with a win here, would tie with Dearborn at 5-1. And Belleville is the key to this. They are also 5-0. So you could end up with a three-way tie for first. All kinds of scenarios as the season plays on.
And if Garden City wins tonight, they still need a little help from Dearborn later on in the season. They need Dearborn to beat Belleville coming up next Wednesday if Garden City wants a shot at sharing the Western Wayne Athletic Conference title.
Well, we have 2 games left in the conference at least, I believe. And just taking a quick look at Dearborn's schedule, they also have 2 games left. So there is a scenario there where someone could end up with 2 losses, too. Obviously, if Garden City loses here tonight, they would be that team. But, there's a chance that Belleville or Dearborn could stumble down the stretch. So Garden City now going right to left. And Dearborn, coincidentally, going the other direction. That's how soccer works now. That used to be different. They used to shoot at the same goal. Now they've changed it.
Huh.
If you say it straight enough, someone will believe you. This one will go out of bounds, and the Pioneers will still have control. This goes out of bounds, and it will be the Cougars throw-in. And a foul against Garden City. So a free kick for Dearborn. Horvath trying to manage her troops defensively in front of her. There's an opening in the middle, but cleared out nicely by Faith Staley. And a foul against Garden City. And this could be right at the top of the box.
Garden City's defense fell apart there. They were lucky they had one man back there to make that save.
So Garden City will form their wall of 4. Referee moves them back to the appropriate distance. And Dearborn with a great opportunity right here. And a goal is scored. So just like that, the Pioneers get on the board as Grace Doran scores the first goal of the game, and it's 1-0. Doran from the free kick.
As you said, Dan, right at the top of the box.
Almost like a penalty kick.
And she turned her leg there, and Tatum really had no shot at that goal.
So Doran scores with just over 37 minutes remaining. And Dearborn on top, and Dearborn keeping the pressure on. And Garden City tries to clear it out. So Grace Doran, the senior, scores unassisted, and it's 1-0 Dearborn. Sultana plays it into the center circle. And the players get tied up there. That'll be a foul on Dearborn, more incidental than anything. Take a look at the upcoming games that all right. Let's take a look at the upcoming games for the Dearborn Pioneers as Garden City with a kick into the area, and the Dearborn goalie, Sharufi, comes up with the save. As you see, the Pioneers have 2 games left in conference. They've got Redford Union and Belleville, and then they'll finish up out of conference against Canton. And then they'll be at the Etzel Ford District and as they make their march into the postseason. And actually, a correction on that schedule. The Pioneers still have Belleville remaining, as we've talked about throughout the broadcast. And that game listed as Redford Union should have been listed as Belleville. So again, still 2 conference games and 1 non-conference game for the Pioneers. And a free kick for the Cougars. And official timeout. And a yellow card, I guess, on Dover Spike. And I saw contact, but I didn't see much, to be perfectly honest with you. So Dover Spike will leave the field. And subbing in for her will be Kolengowski. And Garden City will try to take advantage. The header, and a goal is scored! It was number 10, Summer Sultana, who ended up with the goal for Garden City and will pick up the assist. But that was a very pretty goal, Gibby.
And it was follow the bouncing ball as it made its way in. She got it at her feet, took the one-timing shot, and she hit it and went in.
All right, not sure what's going on as the side judge is coming in now. And the official is signaling no goal, and I guess offsides may have been the call. And again, that's pretty much everything that's wrong with soccer right there.
And I really didn't see the offsides, but
so the Cougars, that goal does not count. And a live ball down at this end, centered, and Carter was there, but a good job by the Cougars to clear it out. And it looks like that was 25 Loren Phillips who cleared it out. She was kind of rubbing her head because she got popped a little bit by the ball on that. And a free kick for Garden City. So no clarification or explanation, but we just have to assume it's offsides.
And what a difference that goal would have made, too.
Right.
Garden City was on a run.
And 25, as we talked about, Loren Phillips, she has taken a seat near her bench, so I think she took quite a shot to the head on that header. She looked like she was a little wobbly when it happened. And once she got close to her bench, she decided it was time to have a seat.
Loren missed multiple games earlier this season with injury. So we hope she's okay.
And she's a sophomore, so she's going to come off with the aid of the trainer. And I did not see who came in her place. But a free kick now for Garden City With 33-23 remaining in the game, they trail at 1-0. A goal called back, scored by Sultana on an offsides call. And a nice job by the Dearborn defense there. Centering pass is knocked out of bounds. No, it does not make it out of bounds. Now it goes out of bounds, and it'll be a throw-in for the Cougars. So Baker will throw it in. Baker again plays it to midfield. Horvath played it up to Metcalf. Metcalf chasing it along with Staley. Staley leaves it for Metcalf. She plays it forward. It'll go out of bounds, but a throw in for Garden City. And Staley, the freshman there for the Cougars to throw it in. Staley with 2 goals and 4 assists during her freshman season.
Garden City really putting on the pressure here in the second half offensively.
Yeah, it's tough. You have to shake off the disappointment / frustration with that offsides call. And Konopatsky, the junior, will make the ball live. And this one is going to go through the uprights for a field goal. We were commenting, and I don't know how well it shows up on television, but as it gets darker, you can actually see where the yard line markers are for football on the field because the grass is slightly discolored. But as it gets a little cooler and a little darker, it's starting to show up. And they'll say that was off of Garden City, so it'll be a goal kick for the Pioneers, who lead it 1-0. And there you see on the goal kick the remaining 2 games for the Cougars. 2 in the conference. That is Etzel Ford and Crestwood. They only have to travel about a mile for that Crestwood game. And the Cougars are at the Ladywood District, and they will take on Divine Child in that district. So district soccer action coming up for both of these teams in the entire state of Michigan in just a couple of weeks. And a push for Dearborn here. This is Clark. And Isabel Clark has it played away. And Garden City into the middle. Nice deflection there. That was Collins who had a nice play. So the Cougars running out of clock. No motivation for Dearborn right now, at least, to take any chances on the offensive side. They're content right now just to play it in the middle, but another offside call. And Aaron Feil, the Dearborn Pioneer coach, is livid. Aaron, who's in his 2nd season as head coach of the girls soccer team, not happy with that offside call.
And that one really was a close call, as Garden City's defender was playing the line.
And I think the coach just got a yellow card. Soccer referees are not known for their thick skin, in case you hadn't noticed.
And there's the yellow card.
So a yellow card on the coach. And he's going to get his money's worth now. He is not pleased with the near side judge. And he's letting our referee know it. So Garden City with the ball. And Garden City kind of frozen right there. You can hear the wind is kicking up a little bit. Not much. And a substitution for the Pioneers is coming back into the game will be Holly Schweiger. And leaving for Dearborn will be Kolengowski. So the Pioneers will control in the middle. Cougars trying to put some offensive pressure on Dearborn. So Garden City, as we see a foul called there. And another yellow card. So the yellow cards are flying now. As Konopatsky picks one up and she'll leave the field. We want to thank our friends at Incorporate Graphics, located across the street from Garden City High School on Ford Road. Jim Neve and our friends over there, Sharon G. and Grande, they do all of the apparel for the volunteers here in Omni Edition Television and GCTV. And of course, they handle a lot of the spirit wear and the team uniforms for Garden City High School, as well as some of the actual team uniforms, and for softball and for all kinds of teams around the area. Jim Neve has done an amazing job with his business. They're located right here in Garden City. He's from Garden City. His entire family is from Garden City, and we thank them for making sure our guys have golf shirts and T-shirts and hoodies. Oh my, it's Incorporate Graphics, located right across the street from Garden City High School. Visit their website, incorporategraphics.com. That's incorporategraphics.com. In the middle and battling for Garden City is Collins. And a save there for Spears. So Tatum Spears comes up big as once again pressure applied from Brittany Carter. Nice play there. But number 3 for the Cougars, Ashley Hahn, picks her pocket. Handling the ball is Doran. Doran with the only goal in the game. That's Demopoulos. Played back to Baker. Baker punches it ahead. An offensive chance here for the Cougars. Collins going in. Collins gets the shot off, but the goalie, Sharufi, comes up with it. That was Garden City's best scoring opportunity by far, other than the goal that they actually did score. And there you see Collins, the Cougars' leading scorer. She tried to bounce it up there, but Sharufi came up with the save.
She got that second chance at that ball. That ball was going to go in out of her hands. She clawed it back in.
So with under 25 minutes remaining, Garden City trying to apply more pressure. Pioneers with the throw-in. Garden City with pressure again. And a throw-in for Garden City. Substitution for the Cougars. Back into the game for Garden City is Madison Nemec. Baker with the punt. Kept in by Garden City. Pressure near the end zone. And the Pioneers, nice job by Isabel Clark to get control of the ball. Played ahead. This is a dangerous play. Brittany Carter, and again, I don't understand why you reward the defense when they get burned by calling offside.
All right, Dearborn had an excellent opportunity right there. Garden City with one man back. That would have been a golden goal.
So free kick for the Cougars. And the goalie again comes out big. Sharufi.
Which side is it on?
Low punt. Carter there for the Pioneers. And this goes out of bounds, so a throw in for Garden City. Approaching the 22-minute mark, a whistle on the sideline, and the Pioneer player steps out of bounds, so it's Garden City's throw in. My correction, this may have been a foul. Saw the side judge raise his flag, so I immediately thought it was a out-of-bounds situation.
That far out-of-bounds line isn't easy to see.
All the way to the goalie.
It's on the physical side of the kick.
And Sharufi
right here.
makes the save.
So.
Nice free kick by Konopatsky. And battling is Konopatsky. She is playing physical right now. Sydney Baker will throw it in near the corner of the field. Konopatsky boots it towards the goalie, and once again, Sharufi comes up with the save.
Sharufi's gotten a lot more busy this last 5-10 minute stretch.
And she did just step out of bounds. She almost did that earlier. Is this a penalty kick?
I believe it is a penalty kick if she stepped out of bounds out of her box.
She almost did it in the first half. I'm not sure if she actually did. Let's watch the replay and see if we can see her feet. And this may be the fact that she's a little hurt. Yeah, she didn't actually do it.
Nope, and then
Yeah,
nope,
so
she was completely inbounds.
So Dearborn gets a Bad break there because she did not step over the goal box line. So Garden City with a golden opportunity now to try to get themselves on the board. Baker talking to Demopoulos along with Konopatsky. Konopatsky is the one who has been hot and playing physical this half. And Staley is the wild card who is away from the ball.
Garden City needs this win if they want a chance at the conference title.
So this is Konopatsky or Baker. Or Demopoulos. And that just goes over the net. Konopatsky, a little too much foot. And Dearborn dodges the bullet there. You know, that's a tough call because the referee is far enough away that he can't see it. I don't know if the side judge can make that call or not. And coming back into the game now for Garden City is number 13, Caitlin Bovenside. Dan York along with Christian Gibbons, Omni Edition Sports. GCTV as the Pioneers kick it out of bounds. Madison Nemec. And this one's headed back out of bounds. We want to make sure we mention just randomly lots of events coming up in Garden City over the next couple of months. It seems like, actually in the next couple of weeks, it seems like everything in Garden City happens either in a very short period of time. You just see Carter in the middle, and Garden City just, Tatum Spears goes down. But she came up with the save. And Spears gives Carter a little tap and says, we're good. So a goal kick for Garden City. But Memorial Day coming up just around the corner with those ceremonies and services at Garden City City Hall. The public, of course, invited to those. That is on May 29th. The Great Bacon Run is coming up. That is on June 3rd. And then Gibby this year, that night of June 3rd, the Kiwanis has an event that's related to the Great Bacon Run, but quite unique.
Yeah, it's a really neat event that the Kiwanis Club's putting on. It's called the Great Pig Race, and it's at the St. Thomas the Apostle Church, formerly known as St. Raphael's. And basically, from what I understand, is it's a giant board game.
Yeah, we did an interview with John Fleming and James Lenz from the Kiwanis, which you can catch on the GCTV HD YouTube site. But basically, they'll roll a giant cube, which they didn't want us to confuse for a giant dice or a giant die. But and they will move the appropriate pig that's made out of wood, basically. You see an opportunity for the Cougars here. Sultana with a left foot. She's taken off of the ball. So that should be, well, now this brings up an interesting question, Gibby. I thought the ball went off the Dearborn player, and I thought it clearly went off the Dearborn player. Let's see here.
Garden City was control.
Nope, it didn't. So great call by the referees. And a goal kick for the Pioneers. I thought she kicked it with her right foot, so I didn't know how the Dearborn player didn't get there. But yeah, they'll move the pigs up basically according to what die is thrown. And you can actually bet on this. So it's like a millionaire's party or I'm trying to think of some of the events, not really bingo, but it's, an event. You can go in, and odds are established by how many people bet on which pig. And some of these pigs were designed and put together by different people in the city. The Kiwanis has made a pig. The DDA has made a pig. Different businesses and different organizations have made a pig. So that will be that night, which is June 3rd. So for more information on that, get a hold of the Garden City DDA, Kim Dole, or talk to anybody at the Kiwanis. Tickets are only $20. There is food involved. Did you see Spears coming out against Carter? And that whistle is going to be on Spears as she clipped Carter. Don't know if she had to do that, but that certainly is the instinct, and you want to definitely do whatever you can do to keep that goal from being scored and take your chances on a second shot. But this is going to be a penalty kick now for the Pioneers. And Spears wearing those purple and orange oven mitts, pleading her case with the official. So she's been ejected? Or does she automatically come out because it's a yellow card? You know more about high school soccer than I do.
Well, you don't get ejected for a yellow card, I don't believe.
Do you at least have to come off the field?
I believe you have to come off the field because a red card is 2 yellow cards and a 1-game suspension.
All right, and I apologize that I don't know who this is.
Yeah, they put the goalie jersey on and we lose their number.
So this is an opportunity. Amanda Knoll, as we said, played goalie in the first game. So she's unavailable. She played in the junior varsity game. So we'll have to see who this is as you take a look at some of the parents that have gathered here today and come support their kids and friends and neighbors.
Just a gorgeous night here in Garden City.
So again, our apologies to the goaltender for Garden City that we don't know who that is. So an interesting situation. Tatum Spears came out to try to make the save. She took Carter out at the legs. Was given a yellow card, and she is now on the bench. I'm going to guess it's Morgan Byrd. But I believe she was brought up tonight to play or be the backup. And there's the punt, and it goes wide left of the goal, and Garden City dodges a bullet there. They still trail 1-0. Grace Doran with that shot. So I don't see Spears standing up. She is seated, so I'm not sure what the substitution situation is here. As you see Garden City battling in, the shot and the goal!
What a sequence of events these last 5 minutes.
So Brooke Collins, who leads the team in goals after Garden City dodges the bullet on a penalty shot. Collins, their leading goal scorer, ties it up. And there you see.
Finally able to break through that Dearborn defense.
So with 14:42 remaining in the game, Garden City ties it up. And now Garden City will need to put on more pressure because really what they need here is a win. Tie doesn't help them much in the conference. Played forward by the Cougars. Goes off of the Pioneer player out of bounds, so it'll be a throw in Garden City. So Brooke Collins with her 15th goal of the season. And all of this with Tatum Spears on the bench.
Garden City's defense really needing to step up, especially now that they've got a goal on the board.
This one goes out of bounds. And Carter plays it out of bounds. And my correction, that was 8. That is a Jimmy. So played into the middle. Carter tripped up. And a free kick for the Pioneers. And according to Garrett Simpson, Garden City's athletic director, Spears was red carded.
That explains the...
But I never saw a red card.
I never saw a yellow card, so...
I saw a yellow card in his hand. I didn't see him wave it. And I believe Garden City is down a player now.
Yes.
And back to make the save.
What a save.
Is, we believe, Morgan Byrd. Let's watch it again.
Excellent opportunity for Dearborn, skying the ball, but she comes up quick hands on that save.
Garden City playing short of man. They scored short of man. As this one is shot towards the net and scores!
2 excellent goals by Garden City late in this game.
And that again was Brooke Collins. So 2 goals for Brooke Collins.
Taking a look at it here. Dearborn trying to clear the ball. She gets a foot on it.
She just blasts it perfectly over the head of Sharufi in Garden City. All of a sudden, with 12 minutes remaining, and this one leads 2-1.
And this is exactly what Coach Sapula was talking about, playing with heart when the situation warrants stepping up their game and pulling out this win.
Well, it's not over yet. So 11:40 remaining in this one, and Garden City needs to keep the pressure on because what they don't want to do is just try to play defense now. Punched ahead. So 2 goals for Brooke Collins, her 15th and 16th of the season. And a foul on the Cougars. Played into the middle by Dearborn. There's a dangerous play, and off to the left side of the goal. And confirming that Morgan Byrd is in goal for the Cougars. So Morgan Byrd comes up to be the backup goaltender, and she's out there with a 1-goal lead. Garden City playing back on their heels a little bit since the goal. This is Carter. Carter with a left-footed kick goes out of bounds over the goal net and uprights for football. And there you see Morgan Byrd, who comes in for Tatum Spears, who received a red card. We didn't see it, but that's the word from the field. Which would explain the lengthy explanation by the referee. And cleared out by Staley. And Baker will throw it in. Garden City is going to switch. And ironically, the girl that has scored 2 goals here tonight, number 17, Brooke Collins, is going to go in and play goalie. So when's the last time you saw a team's best offensive weapon go in and play goal after she just scored 2 goals?
Not recently, that's for sure. Especially not in soccer. If you've got a hot goal scorer, you want her on the field on offense.
Yeah, so Brooke Collins now in net for the Cougars. Carter, and right there, Collins gets her first save. And Collins with a nice punt, and that could be the reason right there why she's in the game. It went out of bounds, but that was a nice boot by Collins, and there you see the shot on goal. Collins goes down to her knees to make the save. Yeah, I'm judging that that punt, even though it went out of bounds. That's why she's in right now.
Right, late in the game with a lead, you want your goalie to be able to get the ball as far away from your net as possible. Get your offense in a great opportunity to add to the lead.
Garden City with some pressure now. Ball handled in the middle by Doran. Doran with the only goal for the Pioneers. And had Garden City not had that offsides call, they'd have 3 goals. And this is Claire Konopatsky. Konopatsky has played very powerfully tonight. That's the best way I can describe it. She is a force when she has the ball. So a throw in for the Pioneers. Approaching 7:30 remaining in this one. Cougars up 2-1. Konopatsky with the free kick. Nice boot. And cleared out by Dearborn. And that one's going to go over the net and to the left. So Sharufi with the goal kick. As the clock ticks down in this one. This would be an amazing win for Garden City, especially after losing Tatum Spears to a red card, and I assume she has to sit the next game.
Yeah, that's not something that you want as you're heading into district season.
Now, I think the referees in this game were a little quick on probably every card they pulled. And I definitely don't think the play Spears made warranted a red card. I know they're trying to avoid dangerous situations.
Yeah, they have been quick to draw the card, and like you said, they're trying to avoid dangerous plays, but I didn't think that play was all that dangerous. I think play was getting chippy, and they wanted to put a stop to that.
Well, she came out and made a play. She was out of the goalie box. She came out and made a play, but she did clip Carter without a doubt. As you see Collins clear that one out. And Garden City just looking to keep pressure on. This is Hahn who had the ball for Garden City. It just keeps going deeper and deeper into the Pioneer zone. It'll be Garden City's throw-in, exactly what they want. Take as much time off the clock as they can in the Dearborn zone. So free kick for the Cougars. Konopatsky. She angles it towards the goal, and Sharufi is there to make the save. Sharufi quickly throws it out. Dearborn aware of the time running out on the clock now. And Garden City with the stop at midfield. Nice play. This is Nemec. She has it taken away from her. And Nemec runs into the Pioneer player. No call, but out of bounds. And Nemec actually took the worst of that. And she just had the wind knocked out of her, I assume. Yeah, so she might have, I don't know if she got hit in the head. I think she just can't catch her breath. She can't catch her breath. So this, when it's happening to you, it feels like the absolute end of the world. But it is certainly one of those things that the time will take care of. But yeah, when it happens to you, especially at a young age, you just don't know how to respond. So Garden City's coach, Jeff Sapula, and trainer will come out along with a substitution. I believe that is Summer Sultana back on the field. So Nemec will come out. She starts to gather herself together. And judging by the way she's going off the field, other than trying to get her breath caught, she should be all right. So 4:39 remaining in this one. Garden City up 2-1. 2 unanswered goals here in the second half within 3 minutes of each other. Both scored by 17, Brooke Collins. Referee starts the clock, throw in for the Pioneers. And Dearborn loses it out of bounds immediately. And Staley with the throw in. And it's a dangerous play coming up here. Shot and a good job to knock it out of bounds is Collins. It might not have been on net. But Karkaba got the shot off.
As Collins works the angles there, knocks it out from the corner of the goal there.
And Dearborn with pressure now, but knocked away by the Cougars. This is kind of Patsky, who without scoring a goal has had a pretty good game.
She's been involved in a lot of play tonight, really working the field, working on the offense, having her way with some of the Dearborn defenders
again,
tonight.
She's forceful when she has the ball. And I don't know what just happened there.
Pretty sure the ball just rolled in and out of bounds.
Well, Garden City threw it in, but no one tried to play it. Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there, but Garden City ends up with the ball. And they've got a player that goes down, the Pioneers being they. And this may be another yellow card, and it is. So Jeff Sapula, now a red card was just shown. And now I believe Konopatsky is out of the game. And it is really sad to see an official make himself such a part of the game. This is a game played by kids, and this grown-up has decided that he's more important than what's going on the field. So Garden City now will play, if I'm correct, they'll play down one more. So they will play with 9. And I have stopped giving officials names on television simply because I don't think it's a good idea anymore because people are crazy. But I'll tell you what, this guy's refereed a horrible game. This guy has had a horrible game, whoever he is.
And it's extremely sad when this is such a great matchup and there's so much on the line for both of these teams as they work towards their conference title and their individual districts.
So 11 on 9. 11 on 9. Dearborn with 11 players. Garden City with 9. The first red card was very questionable. That red card was garbage. So here we go. Garden City now, all they can do is dump it. This is just like a power play in hockey. When you're on the wrong end of it, just keep dumping it into the other end. Good move there.
Garden City's
played
defense
into the middle. And remember, Garden City's best offensive player is playing goalie right now. And cleared out there by Baker, I believe. This will stay in bounds, though. Punch towards the net. And this will go out of bounds. No, Garden City tried to keep it in. And it will be, I assume, a corner for Dearborn. I'm not sure where it's going to be ruled out of bounds. So a corner kick for Dearborn with 2 minutes, 19 seconds remaining. Clock running, 2-1 lead for the Cougars. And a quick corner kick right there.
Really good defense.
Ball is still loose. Headed away from the net by the Cougars. and this will go out of bounds. A throw-in for the Pioneers, and they're trying to rush it in wisely, and Garden City wisely clears it out. So on the throw-in is a Jimmy.
Garden City doing a wonderful job of clearing the ball out in that last sequence.
And it's still a throw-in for the Pioneers. Punted towards the middle. Carter there. And cleared out. Baker with the clear. A minute 20 remaining in this one. Can Garden City survive? And Garden City will just keep clearing it out and taking as much time off the clock. Remember, the clock continues to run in soccer even when the ball is played out of bounds. Shot towards the goal goes to the side of the net. 1 minute remaining in this one. 1 minute remaining. Garden City up 2-1. What an amazing win this would be for the Cougars. Subbing in for Garden City is number 2, Madison Nemec, who's had a pretty good game. This is her first game back from injury. Played out, and Dearborn will let it roll out of bounds to get the throw in. Although with the amount of time remaining, I don't know that I would have made that play. 30 seconds remaining on the clock. Dearborn, left wing. Just playing keep away right now with the Cougars. Shot towards the goal goes up and over the net with 14 seconds remaining.
10, 9, 8, 7,
This is going to be put in play by Horvath. She kicked it out of bounds. And Garden City, down 2 players by the end, will come up with a 2-1 win over a very good Dearborn Pioneer team. A bizarre game in that you ended up with your goaltender with a red card out of the game. You took your best offensive player off the field, put her in net, and somehow Garden City managed to win this with only 9 players at the end.
And Garden City showed a lot of drive and a lot of effort in this big, huge win for them today. Dearborn played a really, really tough offensive game, and early on in this game, their defense was solid.
Yeah, they played a very good soccer game. Grace Dorn with the only goal, but Brittany Cartier with a lot of scoring opportunities, and if she had gotten any of those in the net today, we might be looking at a tie game right now.
And Sharufi coming up with some big saves for Dearborn, but in the end, Garden City took advantage of some of the opportunities they had, and then they weathered the storm late in this game on some questionable officiating.
Yeah, exactly. So Tatum Spears again, she plays a pretty good game, but Brooke Collins with a couple of goals and finishes the game at goaltender. She is definitely the player of the game for the Cougars. All right, that is going to wrap it up from Garden City High School. We want to thank all of our crew members here on this one, mostly volunteers, our veteran camera people, Brett George, and Jason Merrill. Jeremy Jenkins also on camera here tonight. Brendan George, we mentioned him. He is the son of Brett George, who has been with us for over 30 years. Alex Zalgot is a intern from Eastern Michigan University that is here today. We welcome him. And our producer director tonight is Jason Lynch, who has been with us for a long, long time, and we thank him for stopping by today to help us out on this one. Christian Gibbons, good game.
A really, really good game.
All right, that's going to wrap it up from Garden City High School. The final score, the Cougars 2, the Pioneers 1. Thanks for watching. Good night, everybody.